My name is Logan Gunter, and for my music project, I did the trio for the flute, horn, and piano by Ewazen. So a little bit about this composer. He's an American composer born in Cleveland, Ohio. He's known for his works in chamber music for brass instruments, including or using romantic styles and tonal harmonies. And he studied at Eastman and Juilliard under Samuel Adler and Milton Babbitt. And since 1980, Ewazen has been on the faculty at Juilliard teaching composition. So patrons, Ewazen's patrons were mostly music ensembles, soloists, and institutions associated with brass and wind instruments. This specific piece was commissioned by the Peabody Trio, written for recital performances while creating an understanding of accessibility and change in music, specifically the 20th to 21st century. So for his premiere ensemble, it was first performed by the chamber group Chamberosity. This ensemble is special through modern chamber music and is comprised of expert musicians who sought to perform innovative works. The premiere showcased the trio's lyrical and rhythmic play, contributing to the significant contribution to the contemporary chamber music repertoire. So the period music that this was produced in was the late 20th century and early 21st century musical period. The trio for flute, horn, and piano is categorized as the contemporary classical music genre. This era emphasizes a blend of traditional tonal music and shows the influence of American musical culture during this time period. So for historical context around this time, this music was composed during a time in America where classical music was experiencing a resurgence of melodic and tonal approaches and sounds. And during the late 20th century, it brought growing interest in chamber music because of the different instrumentations and sounds that were being played. So other familiar pieces that are similar to this one include John Harbison's Quintet for Winds, as well as Jennifer Higdon's chamber works. These pieces are similar in their complexity and technical expression of tonal music in the late 20th century and 21st century. Specifically, John Harbison's Quintet for Winds is similar in the ways that the wind instruments like the flute and horn interact in almost a conversational dialogue with the piano, in the way they all play each other's chords and through the music. Jennifer Higdon's chamber music, specifically Blue Cathedral, shows a strong sense of melody and rhythm that contributes to its complex textures, also similar to Ewazen's piece. And all three of these composers show a connection to the tonal and harmonic traditions while being influenced by modernism in their music. This was a really cool piece of time period because there was a lot of change in music, specifically through, again, the 20th and 21st century because of modernism. So performance style. The performance style is characterized by the dynamic interplay between the instruments, which contributes to the melodic and harmonic support behind the music. This support makes the music stand out more. It has more layers to it, and that's featured in all three instruments in this music. The performance boasts its versatility from the musicians through the horn layer, in which the lines are more vibrant and punctuated, which gives it a good contrast to the flute and the piano. So I have a small snippet of the trio for flute, horn, and piano that I'll play. As you can see, the piano, flute, and horn are all playing different beats and notes to try to increase the complexity of the music and the technicality behind the chords and the timing. We'll listen to this for about 30 more seconds. So for the instrumentation of this music, there are three main instruments that play a distinct role in the ensemble, specifically which we just saw in the video, the flute. The flute gives the music a higher melodic. Lines are able to make expressive passages in the piece. It ranges from high to low notes with precision that the horn and piano can't exactly touch and cover. And then during the flute, the horns give a deep sound contrast to the flute's like bright noise and tone. And then last of all, we have the piano, which serves as an independent voice in the trio of these instruments and provides a keen harmonic depth and support for the rest of the music and an underlying tone. The major theme in the piece is the contrast between the wind instruments, the flute and horn, as well as the piano. And the flute gives a freeing melodic line while the horn provides a harmonic foundation that counters it. So it's almost like a conversational, like technical piece where the flute is almost talking to the horn and they're contrasting each other in the different ways they sound. Another major theme is the piano part that gives the music an energetic pulse that drives the rhythm and uses Ewazen's signature use of energetic motion, and it creates moments of intensity in the music. So for the unique features of this music, the pairing of the flute and horn creates a blend of timbres that is expressive and unique. The blending of the classical and contemporary forms by utilizing classical structures such as contrast between movements while incorporating modern harmonic rhythm and complexity, which makes it very versatile and it gets right along with the 20th and 21st century of change in music. And down here, it shows the different parts of music and features such as melody, harmony, form, dynamics, tonality, timbre, which is the unique sound of an instrument and quality of it, and then texture and rhythm. So conclusion, this piece incorporates modern chamber work that embodies neo-romantic tradition, as well as highlighting Ewazen's melodic strengths, technical challenges, and emotional depth, which makes this piece stand out in contemporary collections in the modern and previous centuries. And that's the end of